Andy Johnson. We are looking at reading instruction for adults with intellectual disabilities at the emergent level. These are just some ideas. Now, adults with intellectual disabilities at this level, they can draw upon a wealth of life experience, conceptual knowledge, and a broad range of vocabulary that children at this same reading level cannot. So we approach it a little bit differently, not much. The emergent level, they may know some or all of the basic letter sounds and a few sight words. However, we don't need mastery of all the letter sounds to begin reading instruction. The old days, you had to master all the letter sounds and then you could begin reading. That's not quite how it works. We want reading instruction to be meaning-based to the greatest extent possible, meaning that we avoid abstractions. The letter sound drill and skill, drill and kill, that's meaningless. We also want to avoid frustration with all readers. Avoid frustration. Now here's the thing. We're not dealing with a different species. People with intellectual disabilities learn to read using the same cognitive processes as those without. The difference in instruction should not be in kind, but in degree. There's no special strategies that only special education teachers with special training can use. Instruction, like with all students, should be comprehensive, should include all of these things with all students. And I'll give you a sense of what that might look like. It should be meaning-based to the greatest extent possible, meaning provide a context for the skills that you teach. Meaning-based will avoid abstraction, and I'll show you what that means, and avoid frustration. Here's a sense of what it might be. It always starts with a language experience, activity, or approach. Here, the student, individually or in small group, dictates. What do you want to tell me today? What's happening? And as they tell you things about their life, you write them down. I like using a screen with 36-inch font, minimum of 5 sentences. When they tell me their story, they then reread until fluency is achieved. And we can use their words, their concepts to practice reading and use analytic phonics. For example, there's a word in the first line that begins with the b sound. What is it? So again, we're using very explicit phonics instruction, but in the context of a meaningful reading experience. Words and concepts from their lives. This is much different than reading controlled text. Dan the man sat on a fan. That is the basis. Everything starts with this, and this is 3 to 8 minutes at most. At most. I always include lots of pictures, multimodal. I like to include pictures of their lives or my life to make this personal connection. Try to review and assess letter sound association just to see where they're at. All right? Learning comes over time. B sound. Where's the picture that makes the b sound? Okay? Keep it fast. Remember, you don't master any skill in one setting, but you master skills, including letter sounds, by being exposed to them many times over time. So, at the emergent level, yes, we do some explicit letter sound phonics instruction. We also use phonemic phonics hybrid. Phonemic awareness, can you hear the sounds within the words? For example, bad. What are the sounds you hear within bad? Let's stretch it out. B. And if they need help, b, d, b, d. Good. Bad. And as they hear the sounds, we show the letter. This is that phonemic phonics hybrid to make those associations. And bad. B, d. Good. Bad. Notice how the letters have different colors. Multimodal. Good. And then here is the meaningful context. Let's read this together. She is bad. Good. And we use scaffolded oral reading, meaning that I read just a millisecond. She is bad. We read it together and I point at each word as we're reading. And this is a form of writing sentence mix-up. She is bad. Which word comes first? She. Good. She is bad. Yes, she is. She is bad. Good. With younger students, I sometimes have these on 3x5 cards, mix them up, and they have to put them in order. Same thing, bat, we're using the B sound. We're reinforcing the B sound, but we don't have to do a series of abstract add, ats, good, bat, good. Let's try it again. Bat, what sounds do you hear? Good, good. And as the child is doing that, you're pointing to each letter sound as you see it. Bat, good. And then a context. It is a bat. And we always stop and look at the bat and talk about the bat a while. It is the bat. We use that, use scaffolded oral reading. Good, good. Uh-oh, the sentence is mixed up. Meaningful context here. With some students, I just say put it in order. And again, I don't want to frustrate them. If I see them getting frustrated, I help them. It, good. It is a bat. With some students, I repeat it over and over so they don't feel frustrated. We never want to frustrate our students. And you can see the last one. All right, you get the idea. Bag, bag, good. All right, and go on to the next one here. Same thing. Excellent, excellent, good, good, good. All right, and then sight word instruction, little sight word instruction. Go over them, he, of, and. Sight words are the 100 or 200, whatever word list you use. Dolch, Fry, Zeno, most frequent. We want them to know these few words, either 100, 150, 200, however, by sight without processing. So we make it fun. He, of, and. Good, good. He, good, and good. And now we're going to mix them up a little bit. Good. Yes. Very simple. This is 3 to 5 minutes. Do I think mastery occurs? No. But I use bingo and flashcards and rummy and other sorts of games to reinforce these. And then put them in a context. He is bad. Do you see one of our words? Yes, there it is. He. It is made of brick. Where's our sight word? Good. Of. And there you go. That's just a sample of the type of reading instruction we use with adults with intellectual disabilities who might be at the emergent level. That's as reading is emerging at kind of the pre-first grade level.